Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Night moves. Little Seeger. Kind of ease into the Saturday morning. I like it, Nick. Welcome back into the South Jersey Sports Report here on 97.3 ESPN. Hope you're enjoying the weekend so far. It's going to be a great day. Might be up to about 60 degrees today, so get out there, enjoy yourself. Nick's giving me all kind of funny looks over here.
I'm fascinated. It's going to be 60 degrees today. I mean,
I know, it's crazy.
I was in New York the other day for work, and it's 20.
Yeah.
People are seeing the Christmas tree. At this point,
we're getting teased here like it's almost spring, but we got a whole winter to go.
I want the whole wrestling season, but I do want to get the spring already. This is terrible.
Well, it's still the heart of winter here, so we're going to talk some high school basketball. Welcome in Bobby Lasko, head coach of the Absegami Girls team. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Sully, how's it going, buddy?
Can you believe it's going to be almost 60 degrees today?
I mean, this weather's beautiful.
Hard to get the girls motivated to come into the gym, right?
Man, this weather's nice.
Almost tempted to give them a day off, right, and go out and enjoy yourself?
Well, let's not get that crazy, but yeah, it's nice.
Still some work to do, right?
Yes, sir.
But, Coach, man, you guys are off to a great start. Are you exceeding expectations so far? Or what's been the vibe? I know that team has some great chemistry. Really, those girls really get along well, and got to be a great situation to come into as a first-year coach, taking over for Brian Coyle and having some established players and some good seniors on that squad. So, it seems like you guys are having a lot of fun so far. I know there's a long way to go, but what's been the vibe so far in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season?
You know what? I got a great bunch of kids. They just love playing basketball. I don't think I have a kid that's over 5'9", but they just love playing together and they love fighting. And I mean, nobody's going to tell them that they're not good enough to play, and they just want to play everybody. And we're going to have some ups and downs, but we play together. It's been fun to coach, and they're learning every day, and they're battling through adversity every day. They're a good group of kids.
What was the first day of practice like, Coach? You take over. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking as a first-time coach of a program, and to walk in there and kind of look at 10, 12 faces, and they're looking at you to set the tone for the season. How did that first day go? What were your plans for that first couple of days of workouts? And you want to put your stamp on the program as early as possible so that they understand the expectations.
You know, it was funny. It was always that awkward pause at first. I think they just didn't know what to expect from me. But I knew we had a bunch of great kids, and I just came in there with a real positive attitude. And I just told them we're going to get after it right away. And they bought in right away. I mean, I have two seniors. I went to the one senior and said, "You're playing down low this year." She looked at me like I was crazy. She never played down low in her life, but she did it, and she's bought in. And Liz Bacardi and Victoria Clark have just been great leaders, and they've really put this team on the right page. And we're just fighting every night. They're just a great group of kids to coach.
One thing that I've really noticed, Coach, is a lot of this team also plays other sports. I mean, Liz is the goalie for the field hockey team. You have Riley Getter, one of the stars of the soccer team. Gianna Hafner, she's also with the field hockey. So you have some, and Victoria Clark as well, plays fall sports. So you have a lot of crossover.
Fortis is also a star volleyball player.
Yeah, right. So you have a lot of kids coming in off competition, and that's got to help. They're used to competing every day. So that's definitely got to help you jump right into the season.
Definitely, man. These girls, they just want to compete. I mean, I have to keep the competition down at practice, so they don't beat each other up. But they're a great group of kids, and they're just looking to get better every day. We got a big game against Mainland on the 3rd, and they're pumped up for it. They're ready to go.
We're talking with Bobby Lasko, first-year coach for the Absegami Girls program. And, Coach, I know you have a lot of respect for Brian Coyle. What's it been like taking over for him? He did some nice things there with that program, kind of built it up to what it is right now. And it's nice to take the handoff, take the baton from a guy who's so passionate about basketball.
Yeah, well, what's funny is when I used to coach in Cape May in the grade school, I used to go against him in the girls' all-star game.
Oh, right.
Coach the Atlantic County. I would coach the Cape May County. So I've known him for a long time. He's a great coach. I mean, and you could tell they're well educated. When I got them, it was very easy. They always wanted to learn. They always want to pick up on new things. So it's really nice when you had a great coach like that to follow. You're really just going forward.
Coach, one thing that I've noticed, I've only seen you play one time. That was against Holy Spirit. But one of the things I've noticed is your point guard, Gianna Hafner. She really kind of epitomizes what you guys are all about. I mean, she may not even score any points in certain games, but she's really handles the ball well and gets after it on defense. And kind of a little bit of a security blanket for the rest of the girls. They kind of know Gianna's going to handle the ball. Haley can score points if we need it. So if I just do my thing, we're going to be successful. And it takes a lot of pressure off the other girls knowing that there's a ball handler and a scorer, which is what you want for a high school basketball team. You want to have those two things kind of in place to build around.
She's the glue that keeps us together. We also have another guard, Jackie Fortis, who's only 14 years old. So they're like big sister, little sister, where they help each other up and down the court. And she's just been great for us. She really keeps us together. She always makes that extra pass and sets up our shooters, and she's just been a blessing. It's been great.
Yeah, Jackie. I mean, that's tough to come in as a freshman in any sport, but she seems to be handling herself. She kind of doesn't look overwhelmed by the varsity atmosphere. I guess that speaks to what she was able to do with the volleyball team, kind of jumping right into her high school varsity career. And I'm always amazed at these freshmen. I remember when I was a freshman in high school and got called up for one game my freshman year to varsity late in the baseball season, and I was shaking like a leaf, man. It was a whole different world.
Yeah, it doesn't bother her at all. I mean, and she gets the toughest assignments, the toughest guards we're going to throw her at. She also has to double team the big centers at times, and nothing's too big of a task for her. She's been great, and she's still growing. She's just a baby, and we're gonna mold her, and she's gonna be a real good one.
Talk with Bobby Lasko, Absegami Girls Basketball coach, and Coach, talk a little bit more about Victoria Clark. I mean, she's one of those kids you love to have in your program. I mean, she's not going to go out there and score 18, 20 points a game, but she'll do a lot of good things for you. There might be a game where she has 8, 9 rebounds and 4 assists and stuff like that. So kind of one of those, especially in a program like this where you have a lot of younger players, you need that senior leadership and a girl who's going to, take an elbow to the ribs and not worry about it and do the dirty work down low. And that's really something you could build off it when you have somebody like that.
Yeah, I tell the kids they should thank her every day because she sacrifices her game for them. I mean, she's playing down low against kids that are 4 or 5 inches bigger than her. It doesn't bother her at all. She fights for the team, and she's just willing to sacrifice for us, and we're just blessed to have her. And she's just a great kid. I believe she's going to be selecting her college soon in the next week or two, so
Awesome.
We'll keep you updated on that.
Coach, going forward, obviously you have a huge game against Mainland in next week as the conference schedule gets underway in earnest. And this is kind of a tough question for a coach, but what are this team's deficiencies? What do you need to work on the most to make sure you're in contention for that Cal tournament and the state playoffs? When you look at this roster and how they've been playing, what are you saying to yourself, like, man, we really need to clean this up or get better at this area?
Well, I think our defense, we need to work on our help defense a lot more. We got to communicate better. And another thing is we got to extend our bench. I'm asking a lot from 5 or 6 kids. They're playing a ton of minutes, and that's really not fair to them. And we're trying to expand the bench more, but we got a lot of inexperience back there. Our program's mostly freshmen with a couple sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So we're working on our bench. We're going to get deeper, and we're going to work on our defense. And I think we're in a good spot. I think making the Cal tournament and having a state tournament game, I think that's a real good goal for us. I think we'll get there.
That's a really tough thing, especially in high school basketball in the Cape Atlantic League, because every divisional game is so big to try to make that tournament. So it can be hard to kind of mix in some freshmen, and you don't want to give away any games to get experience. So how do you handle that? How do you get these girls some minutes to where they start feeling a little bit more comfortable on the court, and you're not sacrificing, a 7-8-0, 9-0 run that might cost you a game?
Well, you hit it right on the head there. It's a very difficult task, and we're working on it. We're working hard, Coach Becker and I, figuring a way to do it. But eventually, you got to get them experience. It is what it is. But we're trying game in game, getting more time, and I think eventually we're going to get a nice little mix of rotation. And I think by the end of the year, we'll be a pretty tough team.
I guess, Coach, before I let you go, you've had a nice influence there in the winter break as Haley's older sister Ariel's been home from Alabama. One of the stars of the team a couple years ago, and as she talked to Eddie, I'm sure she's pretty close with a lot of players on the team, and nice to have a kid like that return home for a couple of weeks and kind of just be around the program and influence these girls a little bit. I mean, she's an outstanding young lady, great student at Alabama on the crew team, so she's had a lot of success post-high school, and it's nice to be able to point to somebody like that and say, hey, if you work hard, good things can happen to you in the future. And just a fun girl to be around. That the Schaefers are diehard basketball fans.
Oh, man, she epitomizes the student athlete. She's the captain of the rowing team at Alabama, and just a great kid. It was really nice. We've only had one home game so far, and her and probably about 4 or 5 ex-players came to the game, and it was just really great for their support, and they're always willing to help, and I'm sure they want to get in the gym too, and we love to have them, and we love seeing her every day. And her sister's turning into one of the top players of South Jersey. So
she really is, man. She's fun to watch. She can do a lot of different things.
Man.
She can step back, hit the three. She can drive. She knows how to get to the foul line. She's really, for a sophomore, I mean, she's really ahead of the game in terms of her knowledge of what she could do on the court and how to get points.
The kid has super energy. She's always working really hard. She's only 15 years old, and sometimes we got to remind ourselves that because we demand a lot from her. But she gives us everything she has every night. And she's just been great to work with.
Coach, has Liz's black eye healed up?
Liz's eye is better now. She's good to go. We call her Rocky.
There's been some rough girls basketball, man. Cameron Dirks with a broken nose there overseas for mainland. It's rough going there in South Jersey for girls basketball.
Oh, nothing's easy on the court. You know that.
Good stuff, Coach. What's your plans for New Year's? Anything exciting, or you'll be in bed by 10?
Oh man, I'm just gonna take a little mental break, and then we're just gonna watch film, and we're gonna try to get ready for that great mainland team. We're excited to play them.
Yeah, well, you got a couple days to get ready for them. That's not going to be an easy task, man. They're an outstanding team, off to a 6-0 start. So I'm sure you got plenty of film work to do this weekend. We appreciate you taking a few minutes, and get back to work, Coach.
Hey, Sully, I just want to thank you, man, for all the coverage you give girls basketball. It's really great. I know all South Jersey really appreciates it, man.
No problem, man. I love it. I'm always at a gym somewhere in the winter. You'll find me somewhere.
You're the man.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, man. Have a great weekend.
Sully, you too, brother.